Bonsoir, Nadine Yambo. Good evening to you, televiewers. Welcome to join us in this edition of the 8 p.m. bilingual newscast on Equinox Television, where we'll be telling you how some inhabitants of Bali Nyonga in Mezam Division of the northwest region of Cameroon will have to spend the night in panic and grief after witnessing a bloody shooting spree early today that led to the death of 7 persons, 5 from the same family. We will be telling you how kidnappers are demanding the sum of 5 million francs CFA before the liberation of a Nigerian student they kidnapped yesterday in Kumba, Meme Division of the southwest region of Cameroon. More in this newscast. Thanks so much, Nadine Yambu. Once more, good evening to you. Viewers, thanks for staying with us as well. We begin with this story where kidnappers are demanding the sum of 5 million francs CFA as a ransom before the liberation of a Nigerian student they abducted at Lido Street in Kumba, Meme Division of the southwest region of Cameroon. They have threatened to do their worst if the ransom is not paid by Tuesday, that is next week. The Nigerian from 5 students, Benita, was kidnapped by armed men Friday, May 24th, 2019. Administrative authorities as well as defense and security forces are multiplying efforts to ensure she is freed. And now some inhabitants of Bali Nyonga in Mezam Division of the northwest region of the country will have to spend the night in panic and grief after witnessing a bloody shooting spree by uniformed men. That was this morning. Sources say 5 persons from the same family were shot dead in an area called Sang. Amongst the corpses found includes that of a grandmother, Na Sanyonga Fairgrace, Peter Naya Foncham, Gabriel Baya, and Vincent Baya. Information said this happened when soldiers stormed the place for known reasons. Latest reports said 2 more corpses were discovered in the afternoon, bringing the total number of persons killed in the shooting spree to 7. Most inhabitants have dashed into bushes for safety. We now take you to a locality that is Mundemba. It's a poor locality in the Njan division of the southwest region of Cameroon that has equally been suffering from the wrath of the Anglophone crisis, which is close to 3 years old today. The senior divisional officer for the Njan division, however, says things are no longer the same as peace is gradually returning to the locality with pro-independence fighters laying their arms. That's according to him. More in this report by Davidson Maimo.
According to the administration, local administrators, political and traditional administrators, for the very first time in 3 years since the Anglophone crisis started, never have they had such a turnout in any public manifestation in Diant division. An indication, according to the SDO from Dian, things are gradually and steadily normalizing in Mundemba, the headquarters of Dian division.
We, the population of India, have taken an oath that we shall never go against the head of states, that those who are in the forests have decided to lay down their arms.
The 43 National Day celebrations in the home divisional headquarters of Cameroon Prime Minister Chief Dr. John Gote witnessed a considerable turnout of the population, especially militants of the ruling CPDM party. Workers of the state giant agro corporation in Dian Pamol marched past the grandstand with placards carrying various messages such as "We need peace," "God clean our land," "No to war," "Our beloved Cameroon," not leaving out the Commercial Motorbike Riders Union.
We are very, very grateful with the turnout of the population of Mundemba, the youth in particular. That shows that the message we brought from the Prime Minister's visit has been taken to grassroots. Because if you watch the images of the population that came out today, it was somehow embarrassing to certain individuals who did not expect that people can come out like that.
The SDF party, though in an insignificant number, took part in this year's National Day celebration in Mondemba. However, the conspicuous absence of schools, this reporter was told, is because the pupils and students have been relocated to other towns and cities where they can continue schooling due to the crisis. The march past that began with the defense and security forces witnessed every unit from the National Gendarmerie, the 22nd Bafime Marine Commandos, who have been fighting the separatist fighters in Mondemba and its environs, the police, and the ex-servicemen equally saw a display of some of the hardware used in protecting the division. The event saw 2 civilians upgraded with medals of the National Valor of Order and 7 uniformed officers plus 1 civilian awarded medals of the National Order of Merit. This was graced with traditional dances.
Senior Division Officer, well done. Well done.
And a common meal at the municipal hall provided by the senior divisional officer from Dian that brought together the population in their different ranks and files, the defense and security forces dining together as a sign of one love for the nation. Nonetheless, political pundits say the 43 National Day celebration in Mondemba, the headquarters of Ndian Division, was given to Caesar what is Caesar, as some business places were closed, while some of the populace took part in the celebrations.
Since the start of the Anglophone crisis in 2016, the most affected sector is education. Schools have been burnt down, teachers and students threatened by restoration forces from going to school. And meantime, the 2018-2019 academic year ended amid gun battle across Cameroon, across the Anglophone Cameroon. Meantime, government's bilingual grammar school in Moliko Boya has ended the 2018-2019 academic year with a prize award ceremony during which students were saluted for their bravery at this period of war. Derijato tells us more.
Government Bilingual Grammar School Moliko Boya is ending her academic year with a prize award ceremony to meritorious students. These over 400 prizes were donated by the school authority, some by ex-students of Government Bilingual Grammar School Moliko Boya, and amongst them was a prize from the Cameroon Prime Minister and Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute, to the overall best student. And some authorities like the Cameroon Minister of Secondary Education, the Southwest Governor, and the Regional Delegate of Secondary Education also sent in special prizes. To the Principal of Government Bilingual Grammar School Moliko Boya, Madam Lyonga Cecilia, this move is to encourage and celebrate merit, an academic year highly distorted by the Anglophone crisis. The school authorities say these students exhibited a show of tenacity.
I would like to congratulate you, the students who have managed to have a successful school year. Clap for yourselves.
But we did what we could teaching students on Saturday and Sunday, and also organizing prep on Tuesday and Thursday.
And while calling on the students to be of good example as they go on holidays, Madam Lyonga Cecilia, Principal of Government Bilingual Grammar School Moliko Boya, also called on the parents to always be guide to their children.
Louis Mukusiwabu, Secretary General of the International Organization of La Francophonie, has said her organization is ready to work towards strengthening Cameroon's stability. She was speaking Friday, May 24, 2019 at the Unity Palace on the invitation of President Paul Biya. She described Cameroon as a strategic member of La Francophonie and a key actor in the Central African sub-region. For over 2 hours, President Paul Biya and the La Francophonie scribe exchanged on a wide range of issues and aimed at re-energizing relations between Cameroon and La Francophonie. She said she has been in office for 5 months and had wanted to make sure that she marks her term of office with a visit to the country She pledged the support of La Francophonie to the efforts made by President Paul Biya towards achieving lasting peace and stability in Cameroon. The former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Rwanda insisted that Cameroon is a key player within the international organization of La Francophonie, reason why she wanted to meet President Paul Biya and present her vision for the growth of the organization. The Secretary General Louis Mushikiwabo noted that it is also part of the mandate of the organization to accompany member states in political processes. She also wanted to reassure the government that there will be more collaboration from the organization in terms of education, the youth, the digital era, and the processes linked to the politics and the security of Cameroon. And now on to another issue. Cameroon's biodiversity is suffering destruction, and as a measure to have it preserved, the Southwest Regional Delegates of the Environment has come up with strategy for the population to implement to better save the planet. And the regional delegate was speaking recently during celebration marking World Biodiversity Day. Derijato has more.
But say biodiversity, the only thing holding life on planet Earth is disappearing. And the protection of biodiversity hotspots in the region like Southwest remains a bigger challenge. And Mr. Seth Ekwati Songe, Southwest Regional Delegate of Environment and Nature Protection, protecting biodiversity from the individual micro scale is also another strong strategy to win in the campaign of protecting and preserving biodiversity.
I don't want people to rely on a government park. I want you people to rely on your personal protected area. And what your personal protected area is your garden, where you can, in one meter square in your place, you can have your protected area there, where you can plant everything. Namaste, your garlic, your fiber grass.
In Boya, the 2019 celebration of the International Day of Biodiversity was spiced with exhibition of some medicinal plants, during which lectures were delivered on how they function. For our biodiversity is our food and our health.
A large crowd gathered in Batibo, Momo division of the Northwest region today to bid farewell to Makchi. Peter Tebichi, popularly called Makchi, a pidgin English journalist who worked for Radio Hot Cocoa Bamenda, has been laid to rest today at his Batibo residence in Momo division. The renowned pidgin English newscaster died recently after a brief illness. His fans, family, and friends say Makchi will be missed, but his memories and legacy will remain indelible. And that's it for this 8 p.m. bilingual newscast on Equinox Television. Thanks so much for watching. Do have a splendid evening and a happy Sunday in advance. Nadine Yambou, bonsoir à vous.
Merci, Innocent Nazé, meilleur à vous. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est la fin de ce journal. Merci pour votre aimable attention et passez d'agréables moments en compagnie de nos programmes qui se poursuivent.